Boom. Sergio Perez just dropped a bombshell. He's back in F1, but not with Red Bull, and not as a silver lining with Cadillac. People will scoff. They'll say, Liam, Tsunoda, clearly Red Bull picked wisely. Guess what? Perez just proved them all wrong. He dismantled the narrative of youth over experience. He's not returning to fill a seat, he's carrying the future. Intrigued? Good, stick around. This is not clickbait. It's the start of something big. A career resurrection. In December 2024, Perez was unexpectedly dropped from Red Bull despite having an active contract. Replaced by Liam Lawson and then Yuki Tsunoda, neither found success and results speak volumes. Perez's return isn't about nostalgia. It's a bold statement. This is his last great F1 project, and he's determined to make it count. But why Cadillac? Because it's new. Because the field is reset for 2026 with brand new regulations. And because for Perez, this is a chance to rebuild from scratch. Why Cadillac isn't a backup driver move? Many fans initially thought Sergio Perez moving to Cadillac would be a step down, almost like a backup role after his Red Bull tenure. But that assumption couldn't be further from the truth. Cadillac's entry into Formula One is not about simply filling the grid, it's about making a statement. Unlike other new entrants in the past who struggled for years to even look competitive, Cadillac is entering with massive backing, a strong technical partnership, and an ambition to fight at the sharp end within a realistic timeframe. This isn't a desperation move for Perez, it's a strategic career shift into a team that values his experience as a proven race winner. In fact, Cadillac's presence signals one of the most serious pushes by an American brand in modern Formula One, especially considering the expanding US market with races in Miami, Austin, and Las Vegas. Perez isn't just bringing his driving skill, he's bringing a massive fan base from Mexico and Latin America, which aligns perfectly with Cadillac's branding and F1's global expansion goals. He will become the face of a project that wants to rival established names, not just participate. For Cadillac, his signing shows they want immediate credibility. And for Perez, it shows he's still trusted as a cornerstone driver. Instead of being a fading star, he's taking center stage in one of the sheetest projects Formula One has seen in years. This setup makes it clear, Perez's Cadillac move is not a retirement plan. It's a power play for the future. Experience is gold. Perez isn't just bringing raw pace to Cadillac, he's bringing something far more valuable, experience. After more than a decade in Formula One, Perez has seen every kind of car, every kind of regulation shift, and every kind of pressure situation. He's won races, carried midfield teams to podiums, and gone wheel to wheel with legends. That depth of knowledge is what Cadillac desperately needs in its first years, when learning curves are steep and mistakes can be costly. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Perez's career hasn't been a straight line of success. He's been dropped before, he's fought his way back, and he's rebuilt his career when many wrote him off. That resilience means he knows how to get the best out of difficult machinery, exactly the kind of challenge Cadillac will face in 2026. Unlike rookies who panic when the car isn't competitive, Perez has lived through seasons where every point was a battle, and he knows how to maximize results against the odds. And remember, Cadillac isn't starting with a championship-winning package. They'll have flashes of strength, but also weekends where damage limitation is key. Perez's ability to adapt to, play the long game, to nurse tires, to read a race as it unfolds could be the difference between Cadillac scoring 0 points or walking away with a top 10 finish. Add in the mentorship he can provide to the team's engineers and younger drivers in the pipeline, and suddenly Perez isn't just a driver, he's a cornerstone of Cadillac's F1 foundation. Checo's mindset and motivation. For Sergio Perez, joining Cadillac isn't just about extending his F1 career, it's about proving a point. After the turbulence of his Red Bull exit, Perez wants to show he's more than just Verstappen's former teammate. He's arriving with a chip on his shoulder and a hunger to silence the critics who wrote him off too soon. Cadillac gives him a clean slate, free from the politics of a top-heavy team, and he's determined to maximize it. Perez has always thrived when underestimated, and this is the ultimate stage for a comeback. Beyond redemption, Perez also sees Cadillac as an opportunity to leave a legacy. Instead of being remembered only as a supporting act at Red Bull, he now has the chance to be the pillar of a brand new project. That excites him, building something from scratch, shaping a team's DNA, and marking his influence into its foundation. He knows the challenge will be steep, but he's motivated by the thought of being remembered not just for wins, but for leadership and resilience. Every setback he endured before now becomes fuel, driving him harder in this new chapter. And in many ways, Perez views Cadillac as his most personal battle yet, not just against the competition, but against doubt itself. His mindset is simple: prove the skeptics wrong, inspire the fans who never stopped believing, and leave behind a story that goes beyond the stage. Cadillac's strategic edge: why this thrills fans and F1 at large. What excites fans most about Cadillac's arrival is how different this project feels from the usual F1 newcomers. Cadillac isn't just buying its way into the grid, it's bringing a wave of American pride, heritage, and manufacturer backing that adds real weight to the sport's global expansion. The presence of an American giant partnered with Andretti makes the project feel bigger than just another team. It's a statement that F1 is here to stay in the United States. For fans, seeing a homegrown brand line up against Ferrari, Mercedes, and Red Bull is the kind of narrative that sparks passion and loyalty. Perez, with his massive Latin American following, only amplifies that reach, making Cadillac a team with international appeal from day one. On top of that, Cadillac's entry reshapes the competitive dynamics of F1. It forces traditional powerhouses to take note, as a well-funded, ambitious entrant has the potential to disrupt the established order. Perez's involvement assures fans that this isn't a backmarker story, it's a competitive project with real intent. Media coverage has already highlighted how the combination of Cadillac, Andretti, and Perez could unlock new sponsorship pipelines, fan engagement opportunities, and long-term growth for the sport. The storyline writes itself: a new challenger rising from the US heartland to take on European giants. And for Formula One, that's gold: more eyes, more passion, more drama, and a richer narrative that strengthens the sport as a whole. Potential objections and silencing the doubters. Objection: shouldn't they have hired youth? Yes, people questioned why they didn't pick IndyCar or F2 stars. But here's the issue: rookies, no matter how talented, don't carry the weight of experience that a brand new team desperately needs in its opening years. Perez isn't a long-term 10-year project, he's the bridge. Objection: are they too old, too done? On the contrary, they bring stability, feedback, and adaptability. Their skill set is peak maturity for team building. Age in F1 doesn't automatically mean decline. Objection: will they really compete or just fade? Critics argue Cadillac's lineup could just be a placeholder, two drivers cashing their last checks before slipping into irrelevance. But let's be real, Perez didn't fight for his Red Bull seat, battle relentless media scrutiny, and survive years alongside Verstappen just to quietly bow out now. This move is about legacy, not retirement. In Perez's words, "It's not where we start, it's how quickly we manage to progress. The main thing I'm here for is to make progress together with the team and to enjoy the ride." Checo's move to Cadillac isn't just a transfer, it's a chance to shape F1 history. He's leaving Red Bull's pressure behind and stepping into a project where his experience and drive could make all the difference. Now, the big question: can Perez turn Cadillac into a true challenger, or will the critics be proven right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, I'll be checking them out. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next big F1 bombshell.